Hello. Seth, founder of the Momentum U. Thanks for tuning in. Today I have some interesting questions I want to ask and pose just, as business owners. A lot of people that follow and tune in are business owners or people that have business or they're leaders of some organization. And whether you're a business owner or you are a leader, one of my questions is, why do you not have a coach? And I know some people are going to say, yeah, I have a coach, and that's great. So congratulations, good job. But I want to focus on the people that do not have a coach. So if you're a business owner and you're a leader and you do not have a coach, my question to you is, why? Why do you not have one? And one of the things that often comes up in the whole thing about coaching is people do not understand the value of coaching. They don't understand what it is and the benefit of having somebody help them out along the way. So when we look at coaches, they say, well, why not? Why don't you have a coach? And again, it's the value. So in anything that you do, if you think about marketing or sales or anything, you put a value on what those marketing dollars are going to get you back. So if you say, I'm going to spend 25,000 or 50 or 100 or 500,000 on marketing, whatever it may be in your business, you have a number that says this is going to generate so many sales. So when you think about coaching, most people don't have a coach because they don't put a value on what coaching brings. And I had a call with an individual actually last week. This individual is working in their own business and they had a contract that was coming up. And in a 1-hour call, we were able to renegotiate and come up with a strategy to do that. The impact was $125,000. So if you think about that and you say, well, man, how many coaches could you get for that? And what's the impact of that? If you don't put a number to that, you're never going to know its impact. So in your business, what are things going on and how much faster can you speed that up? I did the math on that. So if you would have a call with a coach like that, and I'm not saying you need to work with me. That's not what the goal is here. But the goal is to question, if you're a business owner and leader, why do you not have a coach? Why do you not have somebody to help guide you? And do you not understand the value that is there by having one? So in this example, I said, well, let's take that $125,000, and I'm going to pull out my calculator here and do it again. $125,000 times 52 weeks. It's $6.5 million. So if you had that same impact one time a week with a coach, it would be $6.5 million. And I know what you're saying. You're saying, well, Seth, that's way too much money. There's no way that a coach can have that much impact in my business. My business isn't even worth that. Well, I say, well, why don't you cut that in half? That's $3.25 million. You say, well, that's too high. Cut that in half. You can keep slicing that down till it's down to like $700,000, and you say, there's still impact. So where we go wrong with the coaching is we don't really put value on what they can have. And if you look at that, and some questions that I consistently hear with business owners is, why is my revenue up and down? Why does that happen every year? And one of the things that I go back to and say is, first, I don't know, obviously, without looking at your business, but have you had an expert or had a coach look and see what's actually going on? And I know there's a crowd out there that says, you know what? I had a coach and it didn't work out. But you also hired a bad employee that didn't work out. That didn't stop you from continuing to hire employees. So my question is, if you've been down that road and it didn't work out and you didn't get the return that you wanted, you didn't get the return on an employee in the same way, but you didn't stop hiring them. So if you went down the road of coaching and it didn't work out the first time, I encourage you to talk to a couple coaches. You know, I can be a starting point for you if you're not sure how to navigate the space or you want to re-up the conversation. But talk to a couple, talk to people that you think can be or impact your business. I was talking to another business owner that has about a $50 million organization. And this individual was saying throughout their career, they've always invested in leadership, training, and coaching for their people. And one of the things that it has led to is this individual said that they get a 10x multiplier on what they invest in leadership and training in their organization and coaching. So right there, again, these are some, successful organizations that understand the value. When's the last time you invested in your company and got a 10x multiplier from it? Maybe it is with your marketing, maybe it's your sales, but if you know something that you can invest and clearly get a return, why are you not doing it? If you're a leader, it helps you give insight to your team and what they're doing. It can help you be a better leader. It's so important. Some of the other questions that I hear is that, it's been X number of years. Why am I not further along? So if you've been in business for 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20, whatever it may be, you say, well, why am I not further along? I've had countless conversations where you're so close. Business owners are so close. They're like dancing around it. It's like playing the game of hot or cold. You're right there. The solution is so close. Somebody just with an outside perspective can see it. And I obviously, if you've followed some of it, I teach on momentum and how to leverage momentum in business. One of the things that you see and what you'll understand is when you have a coach, it accelerates your momentum. It accelerates the speed that you can make solid, sound decisions that impact profitability. So another area that people focus a lot of times as business owners is the top line revenue. And we know that top line revenue is not the goal that we want. Some people chase after that because they want to brag about how many dollars they bring to the top. But I'm excited about the bottom. What's showing up in your bank account? And there's a high correlation between coaching and successful organizations to profitability in the organization, money in the bank account, closing more sales, attracting the right clients, having team culture, better dynamic, improving your leadership, being able to amplify, connect, and close, amplify your message, connect with customers, and close at a higher percentage. Coaches give the insight to these things. Other things that people say, I keep having the same challenges every year. And again, I want to highlight that many times this is such a simple fix. These things that you spin your wheels on, what's the value? What's the cost? What's the cost of continually to just chug along and not make it the way that you want to? Working with a coach, and again, I want to be clear, I want you to look around, look at coaches that you think can help you, talk to a couple. It's not about me, it's about you being a better business or a better leader. How have you invested in yourself? If you're a leader and you make $150,000, $100,000, $200,000 a year, and you're not investing in leadership training, why not? I talk to executives too, and they say, well, once you get to a certain level, it's on you to continually to professionally develop. So how are you doing that? And there's, lots of leaders that have coaches that help guide them. The most successful organizations in the country around the globe have coaches that have worked with them. So the myth is, as a small business or a medium-sized business, I don't need a coach. I can be Superman and super strong, right? Why? You will accelerate that much faster by having the right coach. Your quality of life will improve. The thing that you hear about work-life balance and all of that stuff that people talk about, I had a client that I worked with that He was overwhelmed, stressed out, not doing well. And I sent him on vacation. I said, you need to get away. You need to refresh and recharge. So a coach is able to show you things and point out things. I mean, when's the last time, if you're the boss, if you're the owner, when somebody told you that you can go on vacation? Seems silly, I understand. But when he came back, he was rejuvenated and refreshed and was ready to tackle all the, business challenges. The other thing that I can promise you, and I'm going to promise you this is my guarantee. The only thing that you're guaranteed in business is problems and challenges. That's true. It's a true statement. You're not guaranteed to make money. You're not guaranteed to have sales. You're not guaranteed to have good team members. But I can guarantee you're going to have challenges and problems. So if you know that, it's like preparing for the rainy day. Do you have a coach? Do you have an advisor? Do you have somebody that you can work with in these challenging times? I've coached people during COVID and this year that are going to have their best year ever because of the changes and the strategies that were put in place to make sure that they are successful. It's exciting. But these individuals understood that they needed an outside perspective, somebody to help them see the things that they might not be able to see, the roadblocks that they kept running up into. You want to grow your business. You want to have success. You want to make money. That's good. That's all good things. But partner with somebody that can help you. Another thing that I hear that is I feel like I'm missing something, but I just don't know what. If that's you, you feel like you're missing something in your business and you just can't quite put your finger on it, coaching. Take a look at coaching and what it can do for you. Take a look at how it can help your business. It can help you see those areas that you're just not seeing. This is my favorite one. My favorite one is this coming year is gonna be the year. This year is gonna be the year. But I hear people say that last year and the following year. So when are you gonna make sure and decide and commit to it being that year? And it's like anything. It doesn't happen for free. You don't get in shape with no pain. No pain, no gain. You get it? And the same thing with a trainer. If you think about the gym, it's the same thing. It's the same concept. You work the hardest and you get the most out of those last reps and that last, as you're training, when you have somebody to push you, to train you, to put together a plan that works custom for what you need, the way that your body functions. And it's the same thing in business. Having somebody that can develop a plan that's custom to you that helps you succeed at the highest level, whether you're an owner or a leader, because leaders have a different set of skills that they need to do. Maybe if you're in a large organization, maybe you aren't the business owner, but it's still something that you can do. So don't allow, as it's the end of the year, don't allow next year to be the year. And I know there's a lot of hope and excitement to next year where they say, well, let's get out of 2020. 2020 has been nuts. We're tired of it. This 2020 needs to go. But make sure that 2021 is set up. And I'm not asking you to hire somebody. So I want to be clear about that. I want you to explore the impact that a coach can have in your business. That is the purpose of today's talk. For you to explore. It's an invitation for you to check out a couple coaches and see what fits with you. See the difference that it can make in your organization. Check it out. If you don't know where to start, I encourage you to check out Momentum U and what I offer as a coach. It will change your business and the way that you show up. Another thing that I hear is parts of my plan are working. Great. Parts of your plan are working, but how do you know which ones are working? And I want you to know that when you're doing this, sometimes a coach can just easily see why parts are not working. You have the tools many times. You've had the strategy, but it could just be a mindset block. At Momentum U, when mindset meets strategy, you have explosive momentum. So we look and say, what's holding you back? And once you get that key, you cannot lose that key. Once you identify what has been holding you back with the strategy part, your business flourishes. You know your business, you know what's going on, you know it inside and out, but sometimes we don't know what's blocking, and a coach can help show you that. Another thing that happens with business owners and leaders is they put blame on areas that aren't truly the problem. So you diagnose it. And I like to think about this as a doctor. So when you get sick, the first thing that you do is you Google it. You check it out online. You WebMD it. You ask Siri, you check out what the symptoms are. But then what happens when it doesn't quite line up or it's not working? So you already Googled it. You already checked what's going on in your business. You already signed up for, $99 webinars. And maybe that didn't work. So now it's time to go to the doctor. The doctor is a professional that's trained in business. So when you really want to get serious and you really want results, you really want the prescription, you really want to get it fixed, you go to the doctor. But in business, for some reason, we forget about this. We forget that we have opportunities like this to fix our business, to make it go faster, to make it run smoother, to grow it at a quicker rate, to make more profit. Profit is what I'm excited about. I want you to make profit so it's showing up in your bank account. And a coach can help you do that. If you think about your organization, and number one thing that I hear is staffing is a tough challenge. We don't have people, we can't get people, this, that, or the other thing. So wouldn't it make sense to bring in an executive? What if you could bring in the CEO of another organization or the COO of another organization and help you out? It might cost you $500,000 plus bonuses and other stuff. Maybe it costs you $250,000. But why wouldn't you bring in a coach that's fractions of the dollar of an executive and can bring that knowledge set? One of the favorite things for me as being a coach is I see problems in real time. So what does that mean? That means when I have a coaching session with somebody, most times a lot of other organizations may be having a similar challenge or problem. So what happens is it doesn't always mean that I'm the expert in the situation, but from hearing everything that's going on, it builds a database of where these solutions apply to a variety of businesses. So it becomes a powerful network, and that's what coaches have. And again, you don't have to work with me, but I want to challenge you to evaluate. This is an invitation for you to connect with coaches, connect with 1 or 2, 3 coaches, and see how the impact can be for your business or your organization. And if you're in a corporate, ask if they will pay for it. Ask if they'll support your personal development. You never know. Sometimes asking, they will say, sure. We see the value. Be prepared to show the value. There's a million other thoughts of why and reasons, and a lot of times it comes down to excuses. It becomes another cost that you think you're going to pay out, but you're not going to get. But in the reality, it's a cheap investment compared to the impact. When you can hire, there's no dispute that when you can hire a quality person, the return is usually 10 to 15% stronger. So when you think about that, if you can get that executive or somebody as a coach to help you out, the return is 10x. Just like the example that I gave with a company earlier, $50 million company, they spend on leadership training and coaching. They have a coaching firm that they work with. And they say that the impact is 10x on a return for whatever they spend. And they've done lots of analysis on it. So I ask you, why haven't you been investing in coaching? What's holding you back? What's holding you back from setting up a call just to explore what the value can be in your business? Where can it take you? Because if your business could grow by 10 or 20%, or your business could double, what is that worth? If you're doing $1 million and it grows by 20%, that's $200,000. It's a big deal. The call that I shared in the beginning, the impact for one call that I had with an individual that was able to renegotiate a contract for 10 months was worth $125,000. That's in 1 hour. So I ask, are you evaluating the whole picture? Are you putting values on the important things in your business? Do you understand and have you been calculating the value of coaching? And I invite you to explore it. You can set it up with me and talk to me about it. I'd be happy to talk to you. I'd be happy to help navigate the coaching world. You can go to explosivemomentum.com and set up a call with me. I'd be happy to show you what momentum you can offer. I'd love to hear from you. You can reach out at explosivemomentum.com. You can send me a message. I'm on LinkedIn. I'd be happy to talk about what it looks like in your business. At Momentum U, we combine mindset with strategy, and when it meets, it creates explosive momentum. And what I mean, where it shows up the most is in your bottom line, in profitability for your organization. I want you to succeed, and I want you to succeed at a rapid speed. I want your success, because when you're successful, I'm successful. So I want you to think about this. I know you're busy. I know you might not see the value. I know it might have not worked in the past. But I really want to challenge you to see the value of coaching. Connect with a couple coaches. Start with me. Start and I'll talk to you about it, and then connect with a couple and see the value. That doesn't mean you have to hire anyone, but see what it will do for your sales. See what it'll do for your operation costs. See what it'll do for your peace, for your quality of life. People don't realize that business coaching affects your overall life, the quality of life, being able to spend time with family, the work-life balance. I had a call. I do a lot of strategy calls with people and do a lot of coaching. And the one guy said, as a business owner, the quality of life isn't there. I have to have my phone on and continue on in the evening. That's a choice. But as a coach, I challenge that individual strongly to do it different. So when you think about coaching, the value impacts not only your business, but it impacts your personal life. It impacts your family. It impacts your kids. It impacts the way you show up to work, your profitability. And when all these things, it circles back around to the energy that you have, the passion that you show up for your work. And I think when you come across somebody that has the passion and has the energy for what they're doing, you can see it. You can feel it. You know something's different. So I encourage you to seek that person. Seek that person that can get you where you want to go. Check us out. Thanks for listening. No matter where you're tuning in, I appreciate you. Share it, like it, comment, reach out to me. I'd be happy to have a conversation with you. You can check out explosivemomentum.com. You can go to startthemo.com, startthemo, which is mo.com, and find out more information. Momentum U is a powerful program. And if you've never looked at coaching, again, I implore you, take a look at coaching, see what it can do for your business. I promise you it'll set you up for a killer, unbelievable year. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Seth Lewis, the founder of Momentum U, and I would love to be your coach. If you're interested, reach out to me. Thanks for tuning in.